Hi there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in this video, sorry, I was trying to do two things at once and it didn't work. But in this video, I'm going to show you my first on-stage card swap. So if you're not familiar, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Stampin' Up! Has this big, I guess you'd call it like a convention, and it's called Onstage. And I'm going and I'm in an organized swap, and so I was going to make my swaps today, and I thought I would share with you how I put my swaps together. Now I've already cut, you can see here, I've already cut all my pieces and parts, and I'll show you what I used to cut those in case you're interested. You have to excuse my messy desk, but anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, the main piece that I wanted to use, what started this whole thing, was this Happy Easter basket bundle, and I'm not going to use the stamp set, but the dies cut out this really cute little basket, and then it has all the pieces and parts that go to the basket that make it, whoop, there's two here, really cute. So we're going to use those dies. That's going to be the main thing for the basket with the Easter basket dies, right? Then I'm also going to use the Extraordinary Flora. Now I'm not going to use the stamp set. I'm just going to, I use the washi tape, and I took the washi tape and put it onto white, basic white cardstock, and then I used this great big die. Let me show you that one because I think this is the bomb. Where's my die in here? It's in here. There it is. This great big die, and cut out all those little flowers. And now I might have went a little overboard because I almost filled my box. I have my little box thanks to Brenda Quintana showed us how to make these little boxes, but I just took it and filled it up with all those little flowers from this die, and like I said, the washi tape. So that's something's already cut and done. We'll use that. I'm going to put that away so I don't get that in the way. And then I used, everybody loves them, right? The circle dies from the Spotlight of Nature, and just cut out a big white circle. It's the largest die here that's in the set. So if you want to make this card, you'll need that too. And then the stamping I did do was, believe it or not, the collection, or the Faith collection, just this simple thinking of you. And you can see here, I just cut a little piece of white and I stamped it in some early espresso, and I have my little greeting ready. Oh, here's one more thing on my desk I see that I used. I'm going to put this away before I lose some dies out of here. Okay, there's all of that. And then I did take some cloudy sky. Now that doesn't sound right, but I'm pretty sure that's what color that is. And I embossed it with this new Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. So that's, everything's all cut and ready to go. So let's assemble our card. Let's put that away for now. So I'm going to get one of each of these pieces that we need from here. Oop, and a card base. Did I say that I'm just using basic or thick basic white card stock as my card base? And of course it's 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to just fold it here real quick. Get my bone folder so I have a nice crisp fold on there. And then we'll just take some liquid glue and add that embossed piece to the front. Now, as of now, I haven't done anything on the inside. I think I'm going to wait until I'm done with all of my swaps, see what flowers I have left, and then I'll just add a little flower, and then whoever gets my swap can add whatever greeting they like on the inside. So we're just going to lay this down, try to get it centered there. Whoop, just see it move on me. Get centered. There we go. Now it looks better. I do like that. And then I'm going to just glue this down to the center too, this big circle. Well, my glue might be on its last, like there's not very much left in there. And I'm not going to worry about the edges because the weight of the basket will glue me downwise. And it just barely fits on there. I don't think it's quite centered, but close enough. It's not going to be our focal point. Nobody's going to notice if that part's not perfect. Hi Connie, hi Glenda, thanks for watching. Okay, now let's assemble our little basket. So in the dies, if you saw, you get the basket, you get the little ruffle, and these little things, strips here, are what we're going to weave. And hopefully I can do it on camera because you know how stuff like that goes. We're going to weave our little basket. And now because I want one in the front and two in the behind, I'm going to start on the behind. And if you know weaving, I'm going to start behind my basket and weave them. And you've just got to be careful you don't bend this little piece of cardstock, because when you're trying to put a bent piece of cardstock, it does not weave. Oops, I went too far. Very nicely through your basket. So let me, there we go. Now the second one, I'm going to push him down to the bottom so he's out of the way. And the second one, he's not cooperating really. And boy, my thumb today, I don't know about you if you've heard or not, but I have terrible thumb issues. And my thumb this morning is not cooperating. He hurts really bad. So if I struggle a little bit, you'll know why. But the second one weaving is simple. He just follows the first one. And I'm going to push him up to the top. So see, now I have two, I call them unders, but they're under this first row here. Now this one's a little tricky because we want him to go the opposite of all the rest. So we're going to go over, and then if you kind of push from behind and then slide him in there, it works. Push from behind and whoop, not too far, slide him in there. Of course, we'll see if I can get this done on camera. If not, because this is the tedious part. Oh, of course I can't get him in there. I have, if I can't get it done on camera, I have one already done, and I'll show you that. There we go. Look, now he's going. Now he's cooperating. Tuck him under. Push from behind. There we go. Two more. Come on, buddy. See if we can't get that last little. There we go. Victory. And now we have our little basket. And I'm going to try to get these as high or up to the top, as far as top as I can. Try to get this one in the center. And look how cute that little basket is like that. Now I'm not even going to glue these down. I'm going to use dimensionals on the back, and that'll help them stay in place. But I am going to trim away those little edges that we don't want. Like that. And on this side here. And then now we really have a cute little basket. Then with the little ruffle here, I'm going to just use a few glue dots, and we'll glue him right on top. I think one at the two ends and one in the center should be sufficient. And we'll kind of place it up here like this, and then the basket, it gets even cuter. Look how cute he is. He looks like that. Okay, now to make sure that I get these so they don't move, the little strips that I wove in there, I'm going to actually use, I have just a piece here of the, oh, I'm not going to remember, dimensional, what are these called? Oh well, I had it in my head and now I don't. They're like the whole dimensional, the whole thing's dimensional, and I'm going to just cut, I've already cut it down to about the size of the basket, and now I'm just going to cut a big old piece here. I might have to do two because I didn't get it very wide, but I'm going to stick this down here, and that's going to hold most of my little things there. Then I want to put a little bit of dimensionals on the handle, so I'm going to just take the sides here and just cut itty bitty little strips about the same width as my basket handle. We'll get those off and put these right here. This way, they don't necessarily hold my basket down, but then my basket won't also, I can't get on there. Probably because I can't do two things at once. I can't talk and put a dimensional on my basket handle. But like I was saying, this is so it doesn't flop around. The handle of my basket won't flop around on my card. There we go. Finally. Okay. Let's take this and we're going to just add it to our card front. Maybe. Foam sheets. Thank you, Glinda. These are foam sheets. That was totally, like, left my brain. I could not remember. Hi, Karen. Thanks for watching. So this I'm going to just set on my circle down here at the bottom. Try to get it straight. Like that. And it fits on there just right. Although some of mine might have hung at the top. It's not the focal point of the background, so it doesn't even matter. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my bow and set him there, because now we need to add some flowers, and I'm going to dump all my flowers. Now I might have went overboard cutting out my flowers. I just took a few sheets and cut them out so I'd be sure and have enough. But we need to figure out what we want. Can you see them all? I thought I was going to run out of washi tape when I was cutting my flowers, but Lord knows there is plenty. Okay, I like to start with the rose in the center, and I've done a bunch of them, and I'll show you at the end, but I'm not going to do that this time because I've already done that with a bunch of them. But the rose in the center, and like I said, I'll show you all the ones that I've made at the end, works out really well. So let's try something, I'm going to say difficult, and let's start with maybe one of these. Well, I can't pick him up. One of these little flowers like that, and he could even be on top of the basket. That might be cute, so we'll do that. I like to put a long strip here, and there's this choice. This one, should we go with this one? Since we have the green over here, we'll kind of do a bluish tint over here, and then maybe this one kind of goes the wrong. Oh, he's not cut very well. Let's not use him. This one's better. Maybe that's too big. Let's keep looking. This might be the hardest part of the card, is deciding where you want your flowers. But once you just start going with it, it tends to work. Except right now I'm not having much luck. Whoop. This one. Did we already try that one? Nope. No, you know, I think we're going to put him there. So let's go ahead and put this one down. I'm going to put him on dimensionals, and I'm not going to use a lot of dimensionals. In fact, I'm going to use mini dimensionals, and that way if I have to tuck something underneath there, I'll have plenty of room. But I think we decided, well, I decided, you watched me decide, that I want this leaf to go onto the basket. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue on there so it stays put. So let's see, if we have our bow here, we want our flower there. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. We're going to go ahead and put this guy up here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue about right here. I think that's where he was going to go. And then I'm going to put a mini dimensional down here. Oh, so he'll stay put too. And it's just a matter of kind of working it until you're happy. You know what though? I'm going to add a dimensional under here. I don't want that to be... I use the word flop. I don't know if that's the proper word or not, but we can just stick a dimensional and get that back off. So far, so good. What do you think? Okay, now I like this little brown leaf maybe coming out back here, although nope, I think we need a green one. What about this little guy? Let's leave him there for now. There's those little clusters of wildflowers or sunflowers. Maybe they're daisies, I don't know. These little guys could fit cute right there. Yeah, and then we just need a little leaf back here. What if we use this guy back here? So far, so good. Yep, let's go ahead. I don't know about this guy. This guy didn't... I'm going to hang on to him and see. Ooh, this one's bright and cheerful. Maybe we put him there and we put this guy here. Nope, I think that's too much. We need a yellow one. Maybe. No, now I liked it the way it was. How did I have it before? I lost my leaf now that was all green, and he was this one. Let's go ahead and put him, not him, him back in here again. I'm going to go ahead and put him down because I did like him here. Just kind of peeking out the back. Maybe this guy has to go under here. Nope, he needs to go over. So I'm going to put a little dimensional right there in that little hole. I think it'll fit. Well, maybe right there. And now, did I lose my little flap right here? There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So far, so good. This guy, I still like that guy back there, but maybe if we separate him with him, no, no. This guy needs to go back here, huh? too many choices. I can't decide. I'm going to just stick with what I had. Okay, I'm going to put this guy, although now I'm looking at it, maybe I want that little yellow guy right here. This one. Which one, green or yellow? Can't decide. I'm going to go with the yellow one. Done deal. Take that little dimensional back off and stick him under there. And then you know what, right here, look how cute one of these little flowers, I think a purple one, would go well right there. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And that makes that yellow guy stand out nicely. So let's just put a little bit of glue, stick our little purple flower right there. Maybe. We might have to, you know what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to tuck a dimensional. Let's see if I can get it in there. I'm going to put both backings off. See if I can't get it tucked. Okay, cooperate, little dimensional, there we go. Tuck him under here. There. Now that little flower is going to stick to the dimensional, and now there's no problem, he's stuck on there. I think we need another little flower, so let's find that little pink one and maybe put him there. Yeah, what the heck. Okay, put a little bit of glue this time right here. Maybe my little flowers stick better. Okay, and I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put my, well, I'm going to try to set my flowers away. Got way too many of them. Put some dimensionals on the back of my bow. Yeah, see, look how cute that is now. Now we're talking. Okay, and we'll put some dimensionals on the back of our greeting. And we're almost done. After you do all the prep work, the card goes pretty fast. And I really thought this basket was cute, but I didn't want to make it in an Easter way. And I think full of these little flowers is just perfect. Do you think I have enough flowers? Glenda, I might have went a little bit overboard, but trust me, in the long run, they'll be used somehow, one way or another. Okay, try to get him straight. Look how cute that is. Now the little finishing touches we need are some embellishments. So I figured because little brass butterflies go on everything, let's put some brass butterflies on there. And in fact, I'm going to take a big one, right? That'll fill up that little space. And we'll put a little one right here to fill up that space, maybe that way. And then let's take a little one over here at the side, buzzing around that little flower. Okay, one more thing we have to add. To me, the center of the bow needs something. These yellow. Now, this is Darling Duckling, but it works fine. This is Daffodil Delight, but look how cute that looks together. Nice, right? Now, like I said, I'm not going to do anything on the inside until I'm done with all my cards and see if I happen to have some flowers left. But let me show you the other ones that I've made, because no two match. I'm going to try to put these back in my box. I might have flowers for the rest of my life. Well, they fit in there last time. Okay, let me show you the other cards that I've made. And you tell me which one's your favorite, or if you think they're all cute, or if this was a good idea, or anything you want to share. Okay, there's the one we made today. And then, like I said, I have a few of them. Looky, that one's cute. And this one. And they're all different, but look how those flowers fill that basket. See, that's that rose. I tend to use that rose a lot in the middle. And then that one, and that one, and that one. So I'm almost done. I only have a few more. Looky here, I have a bunch started. But then I was thinking, if I have some leftovers, what if I took these new Easter time mix and match ephemera pack, and you could take somewhere in here, there's a little bunny. There he is. You could take the little Easter basket and you could put a bunny in there. Now I might have to cut him down, but look how cute that would look. Or you could take a big flower patch like this and put that in there. So many options. And just put a little Happy Easter on there. I wonder what it would look like if you took the bunny and the flowers and set him like that. So some of these extra ones I'll probably turn into Easter cards and maybe use these this ephemera pack to fill those in. This is a cute pack if you haven't seen it. I want to show you the water can because I think that's my favorite piece. Look at that. Oh, there's even a little basket in there and an egg. Oh, these little flowers are cute too. We could just go overboard, couldn't we? Okay, that's enough chatter, and I'm going to go back and finish the rest of my swaps. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you back here next week. Ooh, if you need the measurements, I'm working on that now. They'll be soon on my gallery, and I'll put some pictures of the cards in there too. My gallery is becreativewithkathy.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here next time. Bye-bye.